nobody else. No, I ain't tryna be like nobody else. No, I ain't tryna be like nobody else. Cause I'm having too much fun tryna be myself. No, I'm not the type of chick that like to follow trends. I got a small circle, no, don't need a lot of friends. You know I gotta get this money cause I like to spend. I see you haters watching, so I just give you a grin.
How you guys doing? It's your girl, I'm here with another episode of Justheretovent. You already know what it is. I'm coming through with that Real Housewives of Atlanta review. I already told y'all it was coming through. It's a little bit late. I had to work all day. I didn't have time. Please give me some time to get it together. All right, so it's going to be season 15, episode 5, the review. So we coming off last week's episode. You know they had the whole drama at the end of last week's episode at the hotel. They got kicked out of the charity event, so they kicking at Kenya's door. She told them her door was in there. Marlo still turned up as usual. So now when we get back to the episode, it starts out with Monyetta and Marlo. They're still going back and forth. They're having words. They're arguing all the way down the hallway. They're arguing in the elevator. They're arguing downstairs on the way to the lounge. Marlo's like, I'll dog walk this bitch. Marlo tried to at one point close the door on Monyetta. Monyetta opened that door, was like, you know. And then she was saying in her confessional, was like, you know, she's going to kill him with kindness and all this stuff. And I definitely take my hat off. I salute her. And I'm not saying that, you know, everything with me got to be a fight neither, but I don't know, like when that door would have got pushed back on me, I don't feel like we would have just still been talking after that. But I do also understand you have to get to a level of, you know, I got stuff to lose. I mean, I'm at that level now, but I just feel like you put your hands on me at that point. You kind of tried to hit me, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like now I'm forced to hit you back, you know. But I mean, she handled it better than I would have been able to handle it in that situation. So good for her. So they arguing, they going back and forth. So Kenya was calling to them after they came back, and when they got down to the lounge, so she was talking to them, telling them like, I don't got time for Marlo. She's ratchet, she's ghetto, she's always doing too much. And Monyetta was just telling Kenya like, I don't like that, you leaving. And then she said in her confessional, Shane, like how Kenya left her out there. You see me standing out there, and you still, you know, basically let things go down to the way that they was, and I'm only out here trying to come support you. The reason why they was all upset is because Kenya didn't tell nobody why she brought them out there to Birmingham when she was doing this little charity. She's supposed to be doing this little halftime show or whatever. You know, so she ended up not even doing that or whatever, and they was upset because they just didn't know what was going on. She got them all dressed up, they got kicked out of the event, they ain't had nothing to do. So they getting into that drama. So Kenya's telling them like, you know, I don't want anybody that's not my core friends to just go home, like to just leave, like I don't even, you know, basically talking about, you know, of course Marlo, I don't really know who else she was talking about, but I know, you know, Drew and Kandi never even came. Kandi had something going on, and Drew was sick. So Sanya got to the phone. Sheree was like, oh, I had nothing to do with door kicking, you know. Why is Sheree always lying? Somebody tell me that Sheree lies so much, like, it's not even okay. Like, it's not even funny. So she's like, oh, I had nothing to do with door kicking. So, of course, production rolled back, show her, you know, fake kicking the door. Like, she did it. She didn't do it hard like Marlo, but she definitely still did it. So it's just like, she was just like, yeah, I ain't have no parts of that or whatever. So I'm like, okay, Sheree, you lying. So then Sanya gets on the phone because Kenya is on speaker. She was like, so what are you saying? We just always trying to figure out what it is that we were coming down here to do. And Marlo was like, you can go. And she was like, and don't come back. And Sanya was like, okay. Sanya was back upstairs and back down them steps with her suitcases back in 2.5 seconds. Like she always ready for a track race. I could see, because she be on go. So when she said that, she packed that stuff up like she had never even unpacked and got up out the door. Got her little car. She said bye to everybody. Marlo was like, why are you leaving? It's just like, come on, girl, you know why I'm leaving. She said, I don't gotta be here. She was like, say less. Like, I got work in the morning. Like, you know, I don't need to be here. So, you know, because people do be sacrificing stuff to go on those little trips because they still have a schedule and they still got their regular lives. So they get it all together. They sit down. So I think the next morning, Kenya gets sick. They cut to her. She's calling 911. She was saying she couldn't breathe and that, you know, she was just having pains in her chest or whatever. So, you know, the ambulance come or whatever. So they, you know, the other girl's doors is still up there on her same floor. So they like, what's going on, trying to see what's happening. So she gets to the hospital. So then they all like, you know, the next day, like, we just gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? And they go, it's like, I'm gonna pack my clothes and we're gonna get some food. So they sit there and go pack their clothes, they get their food. They sit down in the lounge, I guess they waiting on their Ubers or whatever. And then Marlo comes down, and apologizes to Monyetta, like, I'm sorry about that, I don't want to do this, Kay in the hospital, all this other stuff, life too short. They had a scene with all of them talking to different people in their family on the phone. They told Sanya about what was happening. They called her. And Monyetta didn't really want to hug Marlo, but she still did it just to, go along to get along. So she was just saying, like, that girl like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I told y'all she probably going through menopause because Marlo was acting crazy. She's acting bad shit. She just going off for no reason. She just always be talking just to hear herself talk, and she be saying a whole bunch of nothing. I don't be understanding why she always talking. So they made up. Then I ain't like when Marlo asked Monyetta to do her little, she's like, show me a little bit of the dance, and I guess she called herself trying to give her some camera time, but it's like, I don't know, I just felt like if we had just made up, it's like, no, bitch, I'm not about to dance for you. Absolutely the fuck not. But I don't know, I be taking stuff the wrong way. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that, because I know for damn sure I wouldn't, because I would have felt some type of way, like, no, bitch, you was just sitting here trying to close the door on me last night, and yeah, you apologize, but don't you ever think that I'm about to dance for your ass, bitch. No. So they leave. Alright, so they get to the scene where I think they had a quick scene with Drew. They were just showing her interacting with Ralph and her kids. She was coming out of the hospital. She had a COVID mask on. She was just like, they said I'm getting better, so they were just showing her little progress because, Ralph is recording everything. Then they cut to a scene with Kandi and her mom. So her and her mom finally talking, because they haven't been talking since the whole situation that happened at BravoCon. Y'all know she was talking bad about Ty as usual. That's nothing new. And, Kandi basically is just talking to her saying, like, I'm really kind of tired of this. I would like for you to kind of stop talking about my husband, the grandkids. She was just like, she was like, well, then if I'm no negative energy, this is what Momma Joyce is saying. Like, if I'm the negative energy, then maybe I shouldn't come around. And Kandi is just basically saying, like, we're not saying don't come around, but don't come around if you're going to be negative. And she's basically saying how I took it is that I'm not going to come around because I'm only going to be negative. That's the way I took it. Maybe tell me if y'all thought something else. That's what it sounded like she was saying. Kandi suggested that they decided that they'd go to counseling or whatever, and her mom agreed to do it. But y'all know her mom crazy. And Kandi did make a little joke with us, like, what you gonna do? You worry about how you do with your man. She was like, I ain't got no man. She was like, hey, exactly. That shit had me cracking up. They stupid. So that scene was cute. I always like Kandi scenes with her family. And then we get to Sheree and what is that girl name? Kenya. She came over to Kenya house. Sheree, I guess, came over there to check on her. And Kenya told her that she had got the flu. They told her that she had the flu. And before that, she supposed to have recently. I don't know what that was. I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody just sat there and just hit that gate, knocked all the whole front of their car off, and kept moving. Whew, people crazy. Well, anyway, so they sitting there talking about, she said she had the flu, she had the COVID prior to that. And Sheree was just telling her about her sonogram and that they said she ain't had nothing. And she got fibroids. And Kenya shared that she had fibroids before. And then Brooklyn came in. She was in there short-lived. She was doing her little karate moves. She went over and gave Sheree a hug. So I thought that was cute. And I like that Sheree and Kenya, is being friendly this season. Like, that's cool. So they just talking a little bit about their health. So then here comes Sheree talking about some, girl, I'm expecting. She's like, I haven't told nobody, I'm expecting. So Kenya really believed her. Then she was like, no, I'm just playing, girl. But it's like, girl, everybody know you don't got no period no more. Sheree, stop playing. I don't know why you still trying to be one of the girls. Good damn well you was not one of the girls. You definitely one of the older girls though, but you ain't one of the young girls no more. You won't have to let that go. It's not giving no more kids, honey. But I don't know. Janet Jackson definitely had a child when she was 50. So anything's possible. Anything's possible when you got money. Okay, I guess you can pretty much do anything. And the opportunities are endless. So they talking a little bit about that. So then we get back to Drew and what is her name? And then Courtney, this episode, when they was having a little powwows, I feel like she's trying to be on everybody's side, and she's going to have to learn quickly that that's not going to be the case. You're going to have to pick a side. She already can't really pick Candy's side because they already done had it out, so I don't see a friendship for them in the future. I do feel like she's just trying to get along with everyone. It's like I want to like her, but I don't know, she already annoyed me so much in the first couple of episodes that it's just like, ugh. I don't know. This episode wasn't really that exciting. It wasn't really too much going on. I mean, it was okay, I guess. It looked like next week's episode is when it's going to get popping between Marlo and Kandi. But we already knew they was going to be arguing pretty much the whole season because that's Marlo's storyline. So that's what's going on there. So they go to the spa, Kenya and Sheree and Drew. Kenya gets there first, and then Sheree, and then Drew. Now, Sheree and Drew got a little bit of beef that Drew don't even know about because, she don't ever remember nothing. She said something in an interview about basically saying that all the stuff that they got at the reunion for she by Sheree, that Sheree didn't let them keep none of that. Like, they had to give all of the stuff back. That's basically what she was saying. And so as soon as she came into the spa, they was getting like an IV drip. As soon as she came into the spa, she was like, she gave Kenya a hug, and then she tried to go give, Sheree a hug, and Sheree was just like, well, we got a little problem. So she was like, she gave a little high five. So then she sat down. She was like, so what's going on? She was like, you was saying in the interview that I gave all of the stuff back. She by Sheree. They go back and forth. Of course, Drew is looking perplexed. The production cut back to the interview. She's like, I didn't say that you gave. I don't know if I said everything. She be cracking me up with her little wordplay. She be playing little word games. Like, no, I didn't say exactly this, but she said that, but she's just saying the same thing in another way. But yeah, so they got through it. They had a little powwow there. Kandi had a scene with Todd where basically he's trying to show her his idea for this movie because they both supposed to be executive producers on this movie, and it's called The Past. Basically, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your spouse or whatever is getting a one-shot opportunity to be able, I guess, to go cheat, to go mess with somebody else. But I'm wondering, like, why are you making a movie like that, Todd? Is you trying to put some ideas in Kandi here? What is this about? Have you already had a past? Now I want to know, because why this your idea? You feel like you need a pass because Kandi always busy? That's a good thing. I don't know. I just don't like it. Sand in the water ain't clean with that one. But in the midst of their meeting, Kandi, she in the middle with texting because, she busy. Todd's getting an attitude like, is this how it's going to be when it's time for my stuff? Because, I want you to be focused. You know how it is. Like, when I'm focused on your shit, like when we doing your shit, I want you to have the same focus. She's still in the midst of, they probably edited that way, and I'm sure their scene was longer, but, she's still in the midst of texting in that phone. She was definitely not giving like she was listening. So then she did tell Todd that she talked to her mom, and Todd was just like, Kayla's kind of tired, but she commented to me, they did show Riley when she had actually called Kandi about, Momma Joyce, and it's just like, they tired of it. They don't want to be sitting here seeing their grandma go viral. You understand what I'm saying? Talking about her dad, her stepdad. It's just like he's still currently in their lives. He's not passed away. And even if he was, that would be even worse if he was talking negatively about him. It's like, as Kandi told her, like, they already been married, about to be 9 years. I think 10 now. It's just like, he's not going anywhere. She's staying married to him. So, like, you need to just give it up. They're not breaking up. Okay? All right? So, get over it. All right, so that's pretty much, that was that whole episode. Kenya had showed Sheree her little outfit. They was basically saying that Kenya cheap, and I'm not gonna lie, when you look back at the seasons and like the events that she had as far as like throwing the trips, she definitely was always being cheap as hell. So I don't know. Kenya, you need to get it together, girl, and stop bringing your daughter on the trips. I'm sorry, just stop bringing your daughter on the trips, okay? You're gonna have to start figuring something out like the rest of them do. Well, the rest of them that got young kids, really it's just Kandi, I think. Well, yeah, and Drew, you know what I'm saying, and Sanya, they all got younger kids, so it's like, no, yeah, excuses is up. I'm tired of hearing it. So I guess we're gonna see what's happening next week. I don't know. It's giving dry right now. I'm not really that excited, but I'm still going to watch it anyway, and I'm still going to review it. Make sure y'all hit that like, that subscribe, the notification bell, share if you care, and I'm going to see you on the next joint.